Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., with no apparent reason? The clock is still and the world around you is quiet. In these early hours, when most of the world is asleep, it feels as though something is stirring inside you. You may wonder why you're awake, but this can often be God's divine invitation to draw closer to Him. There is a deep significance when God wakes you during these hours. It's not by chance or coincidence, but rather a divine appointment. This time is sacred, set aside for reflection and intimacy with God. The distractions of the world have not yet woken, and in this stillness, God's voice can be heard more clearly. It is an opportunity for us to listen, to reflect, and to understand the deeper meaning of our lives. When God wakes you during this time, it may be because He wants to awaken something within you, a deeper connection to your purpose and destiny. The quiet of the early morning hours serves as a backdrop for spiritual clarity. It's in this time that we can receive the guidance we need, the wisdom that aligns our hearts with God's will. Often, when life's noise fades, our hearts and minds become more receptive to the voice of God, and we begin to see things from a higher perspective. Additionally, waking up during this time is often a call to prayer and intercession. The stillness offers a unique opportunity to pray, whether for yourself, for others, or for the situations you may face. God may place people, communities, or even nations on your heart during this time. It's a time when your prayers can be powerful and impactful as they are offered from a place of intimate communion with the Father. It's also important to recognize that waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. may sometimes be an invitation to prepare for spiritual warfare. This is not just a time of rest, but also a time of fortification. God may be calling you to build your spiritual strength, equipping you for challenges that lie ahead. Even in the quiet of the night, God is actively working in your life to prepare you for what is to come. He wants you to be ready and fortified, confident in His presence and power. In these early morning hours when God wakes you, do not ignore the calling. Embrace the opportunity to connect deeply with Him. Whether it's through prayer, reflection, or receiving clarity, these moments are gifts, moments that strengthen you for the journey ahead. May we always remain open to the whispers of God, no matter the time, and may we respond with obedience and faith. When God wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is not a random occurrence, but a divine appointment. A moment designed by God to call you into a deeper connection with Him. This time is often referred to as a sacred hour, where the world is still and distractions are minimal. God is never hasty or accidental in His actions. His timing is always perfect, and every moment He allows to unfold in our lives serves a greater purpose. In these early morning hours, the world around us is silent, creating the perfect environment for reflection and communion with God. While others are asleep, this is when He chooses to speak to you, to guide you, and to help you recalibrate your life in alignment with His will. When you wake up during this time, it's as if God is saying, come, let's spend this moment together, just you and me. It's not merely an interruption in your sleep, but an invitation to pause everything and listen intently to what He wants to share with you. God's divine timing works beyond the confines of human understanding. He has a way of waking you up at exactly the moment you need to hear from Him, or when He wants to impart something special to your spirit. This timing often aligns with specific seasons of your life. When you're at a crossroads, struggling with a decision, or even in a moment of peace and clarity. God uses these quiet hours to speak words of encouragement, give direction, and even bring answers to questions you've been silently grappling with. It's not about what you need to do, but about deepening your relationship with God. The early morning hours offer a space where you can seek Him without distractions, where you can allow His presence to fill you with peace, strength, and wisdom. God's timing doesn't follow the schedules of our lives. It transcends them, meeting us exactly where we are at the moment we need Him the most. The beauty of this divine appointment lies in the stillness of the hour. In the busyness of the day, we often get caught up in the rush of life, leaving little room for reflection or spiritual nourishment. But when God wakes you up in the early hours, He is providing a sacred space, a personal invitation to reconnect, to listen, and to be reminded of the deeper purpose He has placed within you. This time is meant for you to recalibrate your heart, to realign with God's will, and to receive whatever message or instruction He has for you in that moment. It is important to understand that when God wakes you up during these hours, it is never for no reason. There is always a purpose, whether it is to seek His presence, intercede for someone, pray for guidance, or prepare your heart for something greater ahead. His divine timing is a reminder that everything happens under His watchful eye, and that nothing is too small or insignificant for Him to address. When God wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is an invitation to step into a moment of stillness, a moment where the world is quiet and everything around you seems to pause. This is not just about waking up in the middle of the night. It's about the opportunity to experience peace and reflection in a way that is difficult to find in the midst of the busy, chaotic rhythms of daily life. The world around you is asleep. And in that stillness, God is calling you to slow down, to set aside all the distractions, and to focus on what truly matters. In those hours when the noise of the day hasn't yet begun, there is a unique opportunity to hear the quiet whispers of God. It's often in the stillness that God's voice can be heard most clearly. The rushing thoughts, the to-do lists, and the external pressures that fill our minds throughout the day are momentarily absent. This space is sacred, allowing you to center your thoughts and heart solely on God, to hear from Him without the interference of daily distractions. It's an invitation to reflect on your life, to ponder your current path, and to seek clarity on the areas where you may be uncertain. The stillness is not merely the absence of noise, but the presence of peace. In that peace, you can reflect deeply on your relationship with God, on the things He has been revealing to you, or on the direction He is guiding you toward. This moment of reflection can bring fresh insight into your purpose, your desires, and your struggles. You can ask God to help you understand the deeper meaning behind your experiences, your challenges, and your victory. Reflection during this time isn't about looking back in regret or judgment, but about gaining wisdom and understanding that can propel you forward with renewed clarity and strength.
In the rush of life, it's easy to overlook or ignore the quiet prompts of the Holy Spirit. But in the early hours of the morning, when God calls you into stillness, it's a time to tune in more closely, to be present in the moment, and to allow your spirit to rest in His presence. The stillness is a gift that allows you to align yourself with God's will, to hear His heart for you, and to gain peace amid the challenges that may be weighing on your mind. Reflection during this time is deeply personal. It's an opportunity to look inward and ask yourself the important questions. Where am I in my walk with God? Am I on the path He has set for me? What does He want to teach me in this season of my life? The answers to these questions often come not through loud proclamations, but through the subtle, quiet nudging of God's Spirit, urging you to listen, to seek, and to reflect on His presence and guidance. God uses this time not just to speak to you, but also to allow you to recalibrate your thoughts, your spirit, and your heart. It's in this stillness that you begin to let go of the noise that clutters your life and make space for His peace to fill you. As you reflect on where you are and where He is leading you, you come to realize that the moments of stillness are not interruptions, but divine invitations to reconnect with the heart of God, to receive His direction, and to move forward with renewed purpose. When God wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., It can be a powerful moment of spiritual awakening and clarity. These hours, when the world is still and quiet, offer a unique opportunity for God to open your eyes to something deeper, something you may not have been able to see during the busyness of your day. In these early hours, God often calls you to wake up from spiritual slumber, to stir your heart and mind, and to heighten your awareness of His presence and purpose in your life. Spiritual awakening isn't always dramatic or loud. Sometimes it comes as a subtle nudge, a quiet invitation to step into a new understanding of God's will for you. This awakening can feel like a gentle stirring in your spirit, an invitation to pay attention, to become more aware of what God is doing around you and in you. It is as though the veil between the natural world and the spiritual realm becomes thinner, and you are given a moment to see things from a higher perspective. In these early hours, God often illuminates areas of your life that need attention, areas where you may have become complacent, distracted, or unclear about His purpose. These moments can offer fresh clarity about decisions you need to make, about your calling or about your purpose. In the quiet, your heart becomes more receptive to hearing God's voice, and the noise that normally clouds your thoughts during the day fades away, leaving space for clarity to emerge. Awakening spiritually during this time often leads to an increased sense of purpose and understanding. Perhaps there is a dream or a desire that God has placed on your heart, and in the stillness of the early morning, He reveals more about what that dream means or how you are to pursue it. Maybe you have been struggling with confusion or indecision, but in this quiet moment, God brings a sense of peace and clarity that guides you forward.
When God wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it may be more than just an interruption in your sleep. It could be the stirring of your spirit, an awakening to the deeper destiny that God has placed within you. This time is often sacred, a divine invitation to step into the fullness of who you were created to be, to awaken to the unique purpose that lies ahead of you. Destiny is not something that happens by chance. It is something that is carefully and intentionally designed by God. These early morning moments can serve as a reminder that you are not just here by accident. You have been placed on earth with a specific calling, and sometimes waking up in the middle of the night is the first step towards stepping into that calling. In the stillness of these early hours when the world is asleep, God often speaks in a way that is louder than anything you hear during the day. It is as if He is drawing your attention to the deeper, more important aspects of your life. Those parts of your heart and spirit that are directly connected to the purpose He has set before you. There may be dreams or desires you have overlooked, or perhaps there's a calling you've yet to fully recognize. In these quiet moments, God is bringing to light those seeds of purpose that have been planted within you, urging you to pay attention to the stirrings in your soul. Awakening your destiny involves recognizing that your life has been intricately designed by God for a unique purpose. And that purpose is being unveiled as you align yourself more fully with Him. When God calls you in these early hours, He often speaks to you about the next step in your journey, guiding you toward the person you are meant to become. The process of awakening to your destiny is not always immediate or fully understood in one moment, but it starts with small realizations, thoughts, and feelings that lead you to deeper understanding and clarity about why you are here. This awakening is about more than just discovering your purpose. It's about stepping into it with boldness and confidence. God's call during these sacred hours invites you to shift your mindset, to embrace the path that has been laid out for you, and to understand that you are not here by mistake. The things you experience, the struggles you face, and the talents and gifts you possess all contribute to your larger purpose. These moments of awakening are reminders that you are a part of a grander design, and every experience has been leading you to the moment where you can fully embrace the destiny God has planned for you. When God wakes you up, He is calling you to confront the things that may be holding you back from walking into your destiny. It could be fear, doubt, past wounds, or even complacency. This is a time to reflect on what is standing in your way and to begin releasing those obstacles, knowing that God has already equipped you with everything you need to walk the path He has for you. Awakening your destiny is a process of transformation where you begin to shed old mindsets and embrace new possibilities, trusting that God is with you every step of the way. As you awaken to your destiny, God will often lead you into deeper understanding of your true identity. You are not defined by your past mistakes, your failures, or the opinions of others. You are defined by the calling that God has placed on your life. And these early morning moments are designed to remind you of that truth. The more you step into your destiny, the more you begin to understand who you are in God's eyes and what He has called you to do. You no longer see yourself as limited or bound by circumstances, but as a person who is walking in alignment with God's will, filled with purpose and potential. These early hours are not just an invitation to rest, but a call to action. They are a reminder that there is more to your life than what meets the eye, and God is constantly revealing new layers of His plan for you. As you awaken to your destiny, you begin to see that your life has meaning and significance, not only for your own journey, but also for the lives of others. You are being positioned to make a difference, to influence and to impact the world in ways that reflect the divine purpose that has been placed inside you. It's in these quiet, intimate moments that God reveals more of the path ahead and calls you to take those first steps toward the destiny He has set for you. When God wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it may be an indication that you are in the midst of spiritual warfare or that preparation for a battle is ahead. These hours, often filled with quiet and stillness, can serve as a reminder that there are unseen forces at work in your life. The enemy is always looking for ways to distract, discourage, and deter you from the path God has laid out for you. Waking up during this time can be a divine alert that there's a need to strengthen your spiritual armor and to prepare for challenges that may arise. It is as if God is urging you to be vigilant, to stay alert, and to pray with intentionality. In these early hours, when the world is asleep, the spiritual realm is awake, and there is a heightened sense of spiritual activity. It is during these moments that the enemy often tries to attack our minds, planting seeds of fear, doubt, and anxiety. God's invitation to wake up is not merely a disruption in your sleep, but a call to stand guard over your mind, heart, and spirit. It's an opportunity to recognize that the battle is not always physical, but it is fought on a spiritual level. God is giving you the chance to rise up and take authority over your thoughts, to pray against the lies of the enemy, and to speak truth into the situations that may feel overwhelming. These hours also serve as preparation for the challenges that lie ahead. God may be calling you to strengthen your faith, to prepare your heart, and to build up your spiritual endurance. Just as an athlete trains for a race, you are being equipped for the journey ahead. In the quiet of the early morning, God may be speaking directly to you, fortifying your spirit and providing the tools you need to face what is coming. These moments of spiritual warfare preparation are an opportunity to put on the full armor of God: truth, righteousness, peace, faith, salvation, and the Word of God. As you pray during these times, you are essentially arming yourself with everything you need to overcome the battles that you may face. Waking up during these hours is a reminder that the battles we face are not just physical. The enemy does not want you to move forward, and he will use every tool at his disposal to keep you from fulfilling your purpose. But God, in his wisdom, knows that you need to be spiritually equipped to face these challenges. During this time, God may show you areas of your life that need strengthening, places where doubt or fear have taken root. It's a call to do the work, to pray and seek God's guidance, and to address the spiritual attacks that are often subtle, creeping into your thoughts and emotions. As you wake up in those early hours, take it as a sign that God is preparing you to step into a greater level of spiritual authority. These moments are not to be taken lightly. God is not only strengthening you for what you face today, but also for the future battles that may arise. Each prayer you offer, each moment you spend in his presence, build your spiritual resilience. It's as if God is equipping you with the wisdom and strength necessary to withstand the enemy's schemes. And he's reminding you that you are not fighting alone. When God wakes you in the middle of the night, he is calling you to stay prepared for the spiritual battles ahead. It's a time to press into him more deeply, to build your faith, and to recognize that he is your ultimate source of strength. Through prayer and supplication, God will show you how to navigate the spiritual warfare that may be unfolding. You are not just passive in this moment. You are actively being equipped, empowered, and made ready for what lies ahead. The battle is not yours alone, but God is fighting with you and for you. And he is preparing you to stand firm. In conclusion, when God wakes you up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is not a random event, but a divine invitation to step into a deeper connection with him. These early hours offer us moments of divine appointments, stillness, spiritual awakening, and preparation. It is during these quiet hours that God calls us to reflect, to pray, and to listen closely to his voice, guiding us through life's challenges and directing us toward our true purpose. Whether it's awakening our destiny, strengthening us for spiritual warfare, or providing clarity, these moments are precious opportunities for growth and alignment with God's will. As we heed his call, we begin to realize that these early hours are not interruptions, but rather sacred times to grow spiritually, to prepare, and to stand firm in the purpose he has set before us. Let us embrace these divine moments with open hearts, knowing that God is with us every step of the way, leading us to greater heights.